Yo, what's up guys, it's Daikin here, and I made a community post not too long ago talking about Genshin Impact and my method for tackling AR45 and above. And I got two main questions that I kept getting a lot, and that was why and how do I have so many fragile resins or refreshes with the moons, and why I'm not leveling up my world past level 5 until further notice. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I think this is the best method for free-to-play players, why it's the most optimal, why it does take the most longest, I do think it's the most optimal, and why I don't think you should level up your world until you get to a certain point. I'm going to tell you all that right now. All right, so first we're going to start talking off about the fragile resin. So like I said, I want to talk about this because this is something that's going to basically make it to where you can farm a lot quicker, and it's just going to help you boost your gear up past a lot of people that are like spending it a little bit early and not getting the type of things you're going to be getting. So basically what I'm saying here is when you try to refresh with your primo gems, if you were doing primo gem refreshes, it costs 50 the first time, and then it's going to go up every single time, I think, to a max of like 600 to 700 primo gems for like a daily amount of refreshes. Now you can only do this around 6 times a day. However, there's a thing when it comes to using your actual moons. When it comes to using these right here, your fragile resins, there's no limit to these. So when you have all of these, you can use them at any time during your adventures. So basically I had 53 and I used about 10 of them my first day. That's a lot of runs. Now, one thing you can do to make your runs even better, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Now, one thing you can actually do to make your runs even better or faster is to actually condense those down into the condensed resins right here, as you can see. So these are going to make it to where less, you don't have to do 6 runs, you could do 3 runs rather. So with a full stick of like 120 rather than doing like 20 a piece, because that's how much it costs, 20 resin a piece for each dungeon, you could just make that into like 3 runs. So basically you get the reward of 6 runs for just doing 3, which makes it even faster. So basically, if I had all those moons that I had, that would be like a ton of runs, like 150 or something like that. But you could condense that down to a lower amount, like half it down. That is why it's so good to do that. Also, another good thing about those is they actually go towards your battle pass, so it's actually considered using your stamina for the day. So you use your total 150 resin, actually counts towards that too, so you're not missing out on that. Now, the other thing that I was talking about when it comes to actually domains, as you know by now, the domains, when you're trying to farm them, the highest level is going to be around 45. So 45 is when you're going to start doing these, and 45 is when you're going to be getting the guarantee. Now, the thing about it is when you hit AR45, you don't go up to the necessarily next level. You have to do the Ascension quest. You do not have to do that quest. You can sit here at this level and keep doing these. It will unlock for you at 45 because you hit level 45, but you don't have to go to the next world level. Now, the reason why I state you don't want to go to the next world level is for one very simple thing. And the key thing you guys got to realize here is that the world level is going to increase, but your account level is not. What I mean by that is your character level. So basically, most levels after every 5 AR levels, you can level up your characters again, either through like, after the world level increases, or you do the Ascension quest. But you're stuck here. So requires adventure rank 50. So what is going to happen is you're going to increase the difficulty of your worlds. And people have done plenty of tests and noticed that the difference between world level 5 and 6 is not that big of a difference for the things that you get. So you're going to increase the difficulty of your world for not that much difference in reward. So you're basically just giving yourself more headache for like pretty much nothing, which you don't really have to do. You can't even do this stuff until later anyway. So what a lot of people are doing, they're just waiting to get their world level up later. So they're just farming stuff they can now, get their world level up once they hit that amount of experience. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you can do this method because you're not going to lose your experience. As you see here, I'm over capped. So when I decide to do that Ascension quest, all that experience that I had left over will just carry over to all the levels. So if I do it, say if this is at like 120,000 out of 15,000, say if that's like level 50, once I do that Ascension quest, it's just going to automatically bump me up to rank 50, and I don't have to worry about doing the grinding inside of world level 6. I can just skip the world level 7 where the rewards will be a little bit better than world level 6. And that's why I say it's not really that good to do it, because you're not really getting anything. Now, the only thing you'll be missing out on, if this is something you could care, if you care about, which if it is, then obviously you can do the world level thing, but you will be losing out on a little bit more rewards when it comes to your experience here. So like I said, bosses, Drop rates aren't that much of a difference, but you will for fact definitely lose out on the potential rewards of this. This actually does increase based on your world rank, so you'll be missing out on a few of these. But if you don't really care about that, if you want to make it to where you have an easier time within your world and you just want to level up your characters along with the moons that I'm telling you should use at this point in time, then don't level up your world level, because it's not worth it. And that's why I'm keeping it here. I get a lot of people in my comments or during my live streams, which you guys check out at DykenXDan on Twitch. But yeah, I get a lot of people in my live streams or the comments saying, why haven't I leveled up my world level? And this is the reason why. I don't want to make the work harder for no reason when I don't have to, when the rewards aren't really that much better. Now, like I said, at this venture rank 45, you're going to pretty much be guaranteed a 5-star after every run, and pretty much 2 if you're doing the condensed resin method that I've been telling you guys about. As you can see, I'm starting to accumulate a lot of 5-stars here to start fleshing out my characters. So this is something that's going to overall just help you benefit drastically, because not only are you going to be farming, you can farm as much as you want until you run out of the resin, which I don't think you should use all of them, because 1.2 is coming, so you should definitely wait for some of those sets. But for the people who haven't, you know, used all yours, this is going to be a good method for you if you're around the rank that I'm telling you. So yeah, this is something that's definitely going to help out when it comes to that, because you could get a lot of 5-stars this way and start building out 5-star artifact teams for your comps, you know, for your characters. You can start building your characters with a bunch of 5-stars in mind, because you know you're going to get at least 2 per run with that condensed resin style in mind. So this is something that's just going to help out drastically when it comes to your damage and just overall making your team that much stronger when it comes to their artifact game. And this is exactly why I was telling people why I don't really care about my adventure rank that much, and why I'm like behind other people. Because while they may have higher adventure rank than me, overall my gear quality will scale higher than theirs, because I had more time to use of my resin during this time. So while they were spending their resin early, their fragile resins early, and getting 4-star artifacts and stuff like that, I'm going to have more 5-stars that are going to scale better for the late game. And this is why I was telling people, you know, you could be a higher world level, but I could just have overall higher gear quality when it comes to that free-to-play aspect of players that aren't really spending their primo gems for refreshes and stuff like that to get more opportunities within the game. So that's why I think this is overall the best method for free to play if you still have fragile resin to use. Now, like I said, if you do got a few left, definitely save those for the new patch, because you're definitely going to want to try to pick up some of those artifacts. I did have a video that I posted earlier talking about why I think those artifacts are going to be sort of game meta changing when it comes to how people perceive certain characters within the game. So definitely wait for a little bit if you only got a few left. But if you got a lot, if you've been saving, definitely wait till AR45, you're not there yet, and start using them. Then you will definitely see a difference in the way your gear starts to flesh out. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if this is a method that you use early on in the game. I know I'm a little bit later to it because I had school and stuff like that, so I couldn't get my adventure rank up high enough to actually showcase this and show why I thought it was such a good idea. I wanted to showcase it a little bit. But also for the people who aren't at adventure rank 45, let me know if this is something that you're going to be implementing into your game plan. And let me know how you guys actually feel about this for optimizing how much better your gear will be when doing this method. I definitely want to see what you guys have to say about this method of optimization. I'm not the first one to talk about this, I know, but it's something that I think is very important. I think it's something that could definitely help out free-to-play players when it comes to optimizing their gear for harder contents of the game. Anyway, if you like anything I had to say today, drop me a like, I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to hear more from me, follow me on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Dyken, and I'll see y'all next time. Signing out.